When I say YouTuber and charity in the same sentence, what's the first thing that comes to mind? I'm guessing for most it would be something like the mini Teams projects, but now let me ask you, what was the first? The answer to that is actually pretty simple. Back in 2007, the first ever YouTuber-run charity event took place called the Project for Awesome. Yeah, Team Trees was not the first charity project to bring a bunch of big YouTubers together, but back in the 2000s, it was on a completely different scale. Back then, the platform was smaller, but that also meant it was a lot easier to get the biggest creators to all work together to raise money for charities. But the centerpiece to this project is a 48-hour live stream taking place across 3 days where the Green Brothers, as well as many guests, which often include some pretty large creators as well, get together and try and raise as much money for charities as possible. There are some staples that this project raises money for, however, the community can also vote on which charities they think the money should go towards. Wait, but all of this is present tense. Yeah, turns out the Project for Awesome wasn't just a one-time thing. It has been an annual tradition every year. Across its 19 years of existence, P4A has raised on average $1 million each year, with last year being the largest yet, raising over $3 million. And guess what? This year's Project for Awesome starts today, as in like 2 hours from this video's release. So if you're watching this video shortly after it comes out, you should definitely check out the live stream and consider donating some money. And if this year's Project for Awesome has already ended, well, you can still donate money to charity. You don't need some big fundraiser to do that. But these massive events do help bring awareness to various charities. In fact, if you think there's a charity that could benefit from some extra funding, you can always make a video about that charity, upload it, and submit it to the Project for Awesome, and it could receive some of the money that's raised. It truly is a community-run charity event with the goal of just making the world a better place. It's not as flashy as some of the other modern charity events, but it's been steadily and consistently raising money through the years, helping with various causes, such as reducing infant mortality, fighting against the world's deadliest infectious disease, tuberculosis, increasing access to education, and so much more. This fundraising campaign has made a true positive impact on the world, and not just with its donations, but also by raising awareness for a large variety of charities. In fact, the first couple years of the Project for Awesome were purely for the goal of raising awareness for those charities rather than directly raising money, but since they started raising money, the impact has been immense. The first year they had a fundraiser, they raised over $100,000, being the first YouTuber charity project to achieve such a feat. And as far as I can tell, they were also the first to reach the $1 million mark back in 2014. Interestingly, the first iteration of this project also involved a bit of trickery, as they were able to game YouTube's old algorithm to almost completely cover the front page back in 2007 with videos related to this project. The truth is that while the project has been growing, it doesn't often receive much mainstream publicity. I mean, I'm guessing that most of you didn't even know that this existed, despite it being the oldest and one of the most successful YouTuber charity projects ever made. So do me a favor. Maybe talk about it a bit more, bring it up to some friends, ask if they've heard about it. If you happen to know or be anybody with a following, try and spread the word. Even if you can't donate, just talking about the project and spreading awareness can help. Of course, I'll be donating to the project, and if you have any extra change lying around, anything helps. Just remember, the world can be a better place if we make it one. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to subscribe for daily uploads, and I will see you tomorrow. DFTBA.